The flames were swallowing the cabin like a starving beast, rising higher with every scream of the wind. Snow was falling fast, melting the moment it kissed the fire. And out of the cabin burst a woman, barefoot, shaking, her clothes torn, her hair filled with ash. Her name was Ilara, and she was running for her life. Behind her, the burning cabin cracked, the roof beginning to cave in. She didn't look back. She couldn't. Her heart was too loud, she could hear nothing else, not even her own breath. She stumbled through the snow, collapsing in the icy dirt. Smoke filled her throat. Her hands trembled violently, and for a moment she thought it was over. Then she heard hooves. Slow, steady, powerful. The sound of someone who didn't rush even in danger, someone who moved like a mountain. Ilara raised her head, barely conscious. A tall man on a black horse stopped in front of her. Snowflakes clung to his hat and shoulders. His jaw was set like stone, his eyes sharp yet gentle. He dismounted in one swift move. A lone rancher. He knelt beside her, removed his coat and wrapped it around her shoulders. His voice was deep, calm, and impossibly steady. "Ma'am," he said softly, "you're safe now, I got you." But Ilara shook her head weakly. "And no, you don't understand, they'll come, they'll kill you too." The rancher didn't flinch. He looked at the burning cabin, then at the dark road beyond the woods. And he said one sentence that made her burst into tears. "Then they'll have to go through me." His name was Cole Archer, the most solitary cowboy in the Montana mountains. A man who'd buried a wife, lost a child, and built walls around his heart taller than the cliffs surrounding his land. He lifted Ilara into his arms like she weighed nothing. And that night, a woman running from death, and a man running from memories, collided in fate. Cole carried her into his cabin, quiet, warm, with the smell of cedar logs and old leather. He sat her near the fire, gave her water, and covered her with blankets. For a long moment they just stared at each other. She was trembling. He was unreadable. Cole spoke first. "What happened out there?" Ilara swallowed hard. "My husband." Her voice cracked. "He locked me inside the cabin. He poured gasoline. He wanted me dead." Cole's fists tightened until his knuckles went white. She continued, voice shaking. "He said I was worthless, that no one would care if I disappeared. I only got out because the back window shattered from the heat." Cole rose slowly, walked to the window, and exhaled hard, steam rising from his breath in the cold air. "Ilara," he said quietly, "a man who hurts a woman ain't a man. He's a monster, and I don't let monsters roam my land." She hugged herself tighter, tears spilling down. "I don't want trouble," she whispered. "I just want to live." Cole knelt in front of her again, gently lifting her chin. "Then you'll live here until you're safe, until you're strong again." She blinked at him. Why help a stranger?" He hesitated. His jaw trembled just slightly. "My wife once needed help," he finally said. "No one came. I won't repeat that mistake." Days passed. Ilara healed slowly. Cole hardly spoke, but when he did, it was always kindness. He cooked for her, made sure she had clothes, taught her how to ride a horse so she could feel free again. But the nights were hardest. She had nightmares, flinching, crying, waking up breathless. And one night Cole heard her scream. He rushed into her room. Ilara was curled up on the floor, shaking violently, whispering, "No, no, no," as if someone stood over her. Cole knelt, not touching her. "Ilara, look at me." She opened her eyes. He didn't ask. He didn't speak nonsense like, "You're okay." He said only the one thing she needed. "I'm right here. No one's touching you, not ever again." She cried into his chest, and Cole tightened his arms around her, jaw trembling. Something in him cracked that night. The walls he built after losing his family began to fall. Weeks passed. Winter softened, snow melted, Elara started smiling, soft, hesitant smiles Cole secretly lived for. She cooked with him, helped in the barn, rode beside him across the valley. Her laughter returned like spring after a long storm. And Cole, he started laughing again too. Until one day, while fixing the fence, Cole saw dust rising on the road, 2 black SUVs approaching fast. He froze. Elara came running out of the barn, panic already in her eyes. "It's him," she whispered. "My husband, he found me." Cole stepped in front of her. "Get inside the cabin, lock the door." "No, Cole, you don't understand. He's dangerous. He has men, he will kill you." Cole turned to her, eyes calm like a man who'd already accepted death once. "Elara, I lost everything once. I didn't fight hard enough for them." He touched her cheek. "I'll fight for you." The SUV screeched to a stop. 3 men stepped out. Her husband, David, smirked. Well, he drawled. "My runaway wife, and a cowboy playing hero." Cole walked forward, slow and steady. "Leave," he said. "One last chance." David laughed. "She's my property." Cole's eyes turned to steel. "She belongs to no one." David signaled his men. A gun was raised. Elara screamed. But Cole moved like lightning, tackling the man, knocking the gun into the snow. The fight was brutal fists, snow, blood. Cole took a punch that split his lip, another to his ribs, but he didn't fall. He didn't stop. He fought like a man, protecting not just a woman, but a second chance at life. Finally, Cole slammed David into the snow, pinned him down, breath shaking with fury. "You ever touch her again," Cole growled, voice deadly calm, "I'll bury you myself." The sheriff arrived moments later. Neighbors had heard the gunshot. David and his men were arrested on the spot for attempted murder and arson. Elara ran to Cole, throwing her arms around him. "You saved me," she cried. Cole held her tight. "No," he whispered into her hair. "You saved me." Spring turned to summer. David remained in prison. Elara never left Cole's ranch. One evening, under the purple Montana sunset, Cole stood awkwardly at the gate, hat in hand. "Elara, I gotta say something." She turned, smiling softly. "I'm listening." He swallowed hard. "When you came into my life, I thought you were just someone I had to protect, but you became the reason I get up in the morning. The reason this home feels alive again. I know I'm just a rancher, with scars, with a past I ain't proud of." Elara walked toward him, eyes shining. "Cole, you gave me a life, a safe place, a heart again. I'm not going anywhere." He exhaled shakily. "I want you to stay because you want to," he whispered. "Not because you're scared." She took his hand. "I want to stay because I love you." Cole froze. His eyes filled. He cupped her face gently, reverently. "Elara, I love you too." Their lips met under the fatting sky, soft, trembling, full of 2 broken souls finally finding home. Years later, people still talked about the night. A woman escaped a burning cabin and ran into the arms of a cowboy who had sworn he'd never love again. But Cole always said the same thing. She wasn't running away from something. She was running toward her fate. And every night, when the wind rustled the trees, Elara would whisper back to him, "You grabbed my hand and gave me a life worth living." And that is how a burning cabin led 2 lost souls to a love that saved them both.